Hey guys, it's Gilbert and welcome back to my channel. So I posted a poll on my Instagram asking what kind of videos you guys wanted me to make, and most of you guys actually said like makeup or get ready with me kind of videos. I also posted on my Instagram to tell you guys to ask me anything, so we're gonna go through some of those today. Okay, we're gonna go in with some concealer. I'm using, do you even care what I'm using? I use drugstore stuff, so whatever is basically the cheapest and stuff that I can afford. And this actually isn't concealer, it's like a mousse foundation. Okay, I'm gonna fucking do this shit. I'm gonna start and just go ahead and tap it on my eyes. This eye is done. We're gonna let's do my brows first. I'm gonna go in with like a spoolie brush. I don't know if this actually does anything, but this is what people do. So I'm gonna do that. It's fine. I'm gonna go in with this like small angle brush. If you can see what it looks like that. I just go in with a little bit of dark eyeshadow and kind of follow my natural shape, and then I go in where it's a little more sparse and just fill that in. Okay, whatever. I don't know how to do eyebrows, so we're just gonna leave it. It's fine. I don't really care about eyebrows anyways. But I'm just gonna do this brow right now. I'll do the other one later because I'm gonna start on my eyes. So I'm gonna start with this. This color. It's like a light brown kind of color. So I'm just gonna go all over my lid with this color. And it's like fairly light, so it's not gonna show up a whole lot, but it just acts as like a base to help everything blend out later. And we're gonna dive into our first question. First question is from MJ, and she is asking, what inspired you into doing makeup? And I think what inspired me first is probably stuff like Drag Race, and then people like James Charles. And I actually started off just watching their videos for fun, like I didn't do any makeup. And while we're on the topic of like James Charles, a few people have asked me like what I think about the James Charles drama. Also, I can't talk and do makeup at the same time. I'm gonna go in with this next color. It's like a darker browny warm tone color. I'm just gonna blend that into the first base transition color I have. I'm kind of just gonna go really deep into it, but I think it's like a pretty interesting discussion to have. But the whole thing behind the videos was that he's saying how he always jokes that he's attracted to straight boys, and that's his problem. I'm just gonna say like the whole being attracted to straight boys kind of thing is like, I think it's a pretty common like basic thing, but with the scandal it sort of puts back this whole stereotype or like stigma that LGBTQ people are like predatory. First of all, that is not the gay agenda. It's kind of like the opposite of what we want. But it is true though. I think it's so common within the gay community for guys to be like, you know,
mask for mask.
So like people who are only interested in other masculine people, or only interested in people who don't act like a girl or aren't feminine. I think a lot of that stems from like this subconscious like looking down of women and looking down of people who are feminine. So when you think about it, things like as kids, someone who is like a girl and wants to be more masculine and play with like action figures or do sports or hang out with boys, that's kind of like looked upon as something that's positive. But then when a boy who wants to wear high heels or play with dolls is like bullied and called a fag, I think discussion is sort of where stuff like this kind of is able to be brought up to people's attention. That was a whole rant that no one asked for, but anyways, that's that. I don't have a crease, so I'll take a darker color and just sort of build it in this outer corner here. Okay, next question. Max is asking me What is the biggest thing you learned about life after high school? I was not out in high school, but in grade 12, I did like the culinary arts program, which meant I was gonna transfer to another school. And that was the point where I kind of felt like, you know what? It's the second semester of grade 12. I am not gonna be seeing the majority of these people. Oh, that's really dark. Let me. Okay. Whatever. The biggest thing I learned from high school, I think, is that like it literally doesn't matter what anyone else thinks of you. Only thing that matters is what you think about you. So what I'm doing now is I'm still just putting on that darker color into the corner of my eye. I'm gonna do this and I will be back. Okay, so I did the dark color here in my crease and then here in the outer V. And what I'm gonna do now is go in with a dark purpley cranberry shade. I think I'm gonna use this color here and then just darken from the crease out and as well as this sort of crease here, and then I'm gonna cut that later with some concealer. Next question. Question from Tiffany. Things you learned from past relationships. I had like this year-long thing with a boy where he wanted like friends with benefits. I was more of a relationship person, I think, at least at that point in my life. What I learned from that is know what you want from a relationship, or know what you want like to do with a person and just stick with that. Like if what they want and what you want are not the same thing, it's not worth your time to stick around and like hope that they change their mind or hope that things will change. Because honestly, like there are so many people who will like you and so many people who will want you, and it's not just like that one person, because in the moment it might feel like it's just one person, and they're like the one or whatever, and it's like a whole thing, and in the moment it doesn't feel crazy and you don't see how crazy you're being, and then in hindsight you're like, wow, I was a freaking psycho. And that kind of was my whole thing, and I feel kind of bad because I don't know, I was so dumb. But yeah, know your worth. Know that oh, I'm just gonna go and fluff out like this on top. But like know that you are so like like that sounds really weird and gross, but you're like so desirable to so many other people, and it's not just that one person who will like you. And if you leave them, it doesn't mean that no one else is gonna like you, because I like you and a lot of people will like you. I don't remember what was I saying. Oh, live your best life. If things don't work out, do you, like, do what makes you happy, do what you want to do. Go on some professional development journey, or like, you know, do stuff that will make you happy and do stuff that will make you into a better person. That's fun. So you can see now this is dark up here, this is kind of lighter, and then it's dark here. I'm gonna use a flat concealer brush, so something flat like that. I'm gonna use it to cut my crease. So I'm going to take all my leftover concealer and put the rest over my other eye that I'm going to do later. Okay, so now we have the crease cut. We're going to darken this outer corner, and we're just going to use a dark sort of almost like black shade. So we're going to use this one here. Okay, good. And then I'm going to take the cranberry shade. We're kind of using the same colors that we used for the actual eye, sideways rather than in the V. Okay, looks good to me. And then to finish off, we're gonna put a shimmery color over top. But I think we're gonna start with this one first and see what it looks like. Yeah. So I like to use these like smaller detail brushes to use the shimmer. So I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of setting spray, and then just dip into this color and then sort of pack it on. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of gold like towards the end, or like this rose gold kind of color. I think I'm gonna go over it with a bit of gold and go blend that next to the rose gold. I am going to do the lower lash line now. You can see that there's a whole bunch of fallout, but since like the colors I want, I'm just gonna leave it, but then just blend a little bit more down here. I'm gonna go in with the first few colors that I use, so like a light brown color. I'm gonna put an inner corner highlight. Use my pinky and just dab it in the corner. Okay, so that is one eye done. I'm gonna do the next eye off camera and I will be back. So now we're done with eyes. I'm gonna start and do my face. I'm gonna go all over with the foundation. So I'm going in right now, my concealer, and it's just in a lighter shade, so I'm gonna go down like my nose. And then I'm gonna do triangles kind of underneath my eyes. And you also want to highlight just the base of your chin, and as well as the center of your forehead. Okay, concealer done. Next, we're gonna do a bit of contouring. Okay, I look psycho. It's on, and then I'm just gonna blend it out with my beauty blender. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of concealer and go slightly like underneath the contour. Now we're gonna go in with some blush. I think you're supposed to smile and then like do your apples. Oop, and the hairs are like falling out of this. Oh, stop. Okay, whatever. So I have blush on this side. Looks a little more like less like a dead person, which is kind of nice. And stippling it on kind of. Okay, I have to contour my nose still. I have like a huge ass nose, so I'm gonna use some of the like contour stick thing again. Just gonna go down side. Oh fuck, that's a lot. And then a little bit on the bottom, and like one there. I'm going to use my beauty blender. I'm just gonna like pinch it. Ooh, that's a lot of contour. Wow, that looks real bad. That's fucking rough. Holy shit. Okay. I need to fix my contour. I will be back. Okay, so kind of fix my nose contour. Not really. I'm real bad at nose contours. I'm gonna go in with like a bronzer. And I'm mainly going over like where I contoured before, but I'm also just blending it out a bit since I'm so pale right now. Okay, let's get these fucking hairs out of here. Stop. God. Okay, let's leave it at that. My lips are gross because of all the foundation. But we're gonna do lips now. I'm gonna start with a lip liner. My lips are lined, so I'm gonna go in with the Revlon Matte Balm. This is like too red for me. Like I want something a little more nude. So I'm gonna use a concealer stick and just go over top and then blend it in. Is this safe? I don't know if this is safe. Like, honestly, I don't know if it's a good idea to do this. This is what I do. And then I'm gonna clean it up a bit because I'm really messy. I'm gonna use some of my concealer and just go around the edges of my lips to cover up where I up. I'm just using coconut oil because I don't have lip gloss. I don't have a lot of things, like, honestly. I'm gonna use some coconut oil on top to make it all glossy and shit. I am done most of the face, and then now I'm gonna go put on lashes and I will be right back. Also, I don't have like a lash curler. I literally just use my fingers and like pinch the lashes to try and get them to curl a bit. Last thing I'm gonna do is a little bit of highlight, and I don't have a highlighter, so I'm gonna use the same color that I did my inner corners. I never highlight, so I've never like fully done this before. Is it doing anything? I don't know. I feel like I could use a little more. I'm just gonna use my fingers. I want a little more highlight here. So this is the final look. Thank you all so much for watching. That took me 6 hours to do. But let me know what you thought about the video down below in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button if you want to get notified when I post my next video. I will also have my Instagrams linked down below. I have a personal account as well as a makeup account. Feel free to check those out. But thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.